right. We are live. I'm hoping. I'm hoping this will work. I know it's not ideal. The camera on it sucks, but I am not willing to burn up a phone or a GoPro with welding in the shot. The computer camera, I can always put a USB cam to. Um, so nothing real special, but I've had a couple requests, and it's actually a good thing because I've been running Cerakoted painted muffler, and it's not real Cerakote, but I wanted to try it before I started selling them. This is Rust-Oleum high heat ceramic coating, so it's not Cerakoting. I might have another one. Not sure. Oh well, not prepared. But I painted this black, and I was gonna start offering these guys as I make them in black too, but the coating's actually starting to peel on it, so I might have put it on too thick. Nonetheless, we are here to make one of these ugly things, right? Okay, so what I was just getting ready to do, because you guys don't have a cheap pipe and I do. RC, hey buddy, you are here. All right. So I made up a quick flange from a 372, just shortened it up. I am doing well, buddy. I am doing well. So because you don't have one of these to kind of model off from, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace it out on a piece of cardboard. All right. I'm going to trace it on here and kind of give you sizes. That way you'll kind of have a rough idea of the size because there's not really too many good spots to measure on. Nothing really, everything, even the back section here's got a bit of a swale to it. So I figure kind of looks like a stocking or a sock or something like that. But I am doing well, buddy. I'm doing well. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to build it for you or whoever's interested in trying to do this. Usually got my little black tape right here, but it might have ran away. Nope, there it is. Okay, so if you are to, I'm going to try to do this here, make a line. Okay, so if you're to make a line from the furthest point here to the bottom, so from the two furthest points, it's 4 3/4 inch. The width from this edge here to this edge here, okay, straight across, right? would be 3.5. So that's your span that you want to stick into. So even if you were to 4 3/4, 3.5. Here, here. Here, here. I know I got my back to the camera. I'm not a perfect YouTuber, right? Okay, so if you are to make a box, you can see it doesn't go outside of that box. And if you want, I mean, I don't know. I could, I suppose, give you a dimension. You know, say 2 inches inside, and then from the bottom, and you can kind of give yourself a box. But I'm going to say, as long as you stay inside the box and you only tack weld, as you start going at it, because even I, with this template, am going to, I'm sure, have to break and move over and, you know, that type of thing. So nonetheless, that's the shape, basically the shape. It's not anything pretty, but like I said, overall, 4 3/4, 3.5 for the width at the widest point. And then what I did and will do, this isn't anything pretty. It's not perfect on the inside, but what I did before I went out and got somebody to actually make me these flanges was I would take a piece, just flat steel, okay, and obviously this is rubber. A flat steel is somewhere else. Put it on there, give it a trace, and how I would do it would be using a center punch in the middle for those of you that don't have somebody to make you one, but you want to try to build something like this. You know, figure out exactly where the center is of your stud holes, and then drill out a couple different spots on the inside. And then if you guys have Dremels, anything like that, you guys can go get carbide burrs and dress out your hole. And that's what I'll end up doing at the end. When I go to dress this all up, I'll go into the other shop, and I'll dress it out with my grinder for porting. Okay, so before I do anything, when I'm cutting these out, and obviously I'm using a bandsaw, you guys can use whatever you've got. Grinders are a pain in the butt, I know that, but when you've got what you've got, it's kind of what it is, right? But what I'll do is I will take a chainsaw file, go on the inside and get rid of any burrs on the inside, so that leading edge on the inside is nice and clean. Then I've got my piece. I think that's the piece I have. Chose, maybe not. It's close enough. Like I said, it does not have to be exact in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So what I'm going to start out with is a flat. And you can see it's got a, you know, One end is flat. This end here is flat, cut. And then this one's got a bit of a chamfer to it. And I'm going to be coming off like so. So, hard to frickin' demonstrate this. I knew it was going to, especially when it's been painted. You can kind of see what we've got here. And you can see even in the background, that one's got a little bit more of a rake to it. But that's fine and dandy. And what we can also do is dress this with a grinder. Get this started. Headed in the right direction, we'll say. And I can't even hold it properly here. So it actually looks like I'm a little bit too long. I don't know if this was the piece I had, so give me 1 second. I was organized, I promise, but things happen. I brought my little welding bench in, thinking that might be a little bit easier. That's a little bit too much angle. And live is going to be, it's going to be what it is, right? But like I said, I feel fine hurting this camera, to be very honest with you, because I don't think it provides very good footage on the Apple computer. Man, oh man. I had it set up, I promise. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I got a double bevel. I don't even know how to handle it. Okay. So she's got a bevel on this side, bevel on this side. The flange go on the back. Okay, so we're already starting out kind of downhill. I'm going to go ahead and throw some of this together real quick. Hopefully, kind of see the messy shop, right? So here. I'm still working on heat, so that'll take me a minute to get right. I do have a pail of water down here. That way, hopefully, I can keep this running for you guys. That way, it's quick. We're not waiting so much. So right there, we're headed downhill pretty quick. I don't know if that'll work or not. Like I said, it's all in the testing, right? So I might have to shorten this pipe up just a touch, but I might not. I'm going to go ahead and throw. Okay, so we got straight down, right? Then we've got a kind of a steep shot out to the side, and I don't know. This might already be too low, which I'm thinking it is, because the 500, it doesn't have a very deep belly to it. Let me look at that real quick. So this is something I extremely encourage. You probably can't see down at the base. You can kind of see it there. There's a dirty spot. That was from the first one that I had built. It actually was rubbing the base, so I had to change it. So what I'm gonna do, make sure that I don't have any metal filings. So we'll just go straight to the air. Be a good idea probably to bring the aerate over here. Every time we test this. Okay, so we already have too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a slash cut here. This is just touching the base, so I won't have enough, to add any meat to it. So I'm going to give this a quick slash. Like I said, there's not too much straight to give you an exact measurement. Where's my... Try to do this in front of y'all. Without cutting my hand off, right? Just a touch deeper, just to make sure that I get the whole thing cut, because I just missed that bottom edge. See it? Skipper paw down here. Stepping on. Okay, so before I go too much further, let me just give it a test. Surprisingly, it fits, but it doesn't. It's still too close down here, so I'm going to have to take off more. Like I said, it's a timely process. Just got to be patient with it. Once I get it figured out, I might be able to start producing them if I can get them to look good. That's the biggest thing. It's just with flux core welding, very hard not to have too much splatter. So this is where we're at. Kind of see we're a little bit off over on this corner. Not a big deal. Not enough to worry about. It's actually the angle of the cut is a little bit broader than the pipe is. As you can see on the bottom, we got a little bit of a gap there. So that's where the change is. When you change the angle so much, you can actually gain a little bit of a lip on the inside, which is no big deal. I can dress that up, but that's where we're at so far. Let me see. Now it's just a matter of I got a whole bunch of little cuts. I probably should show you guys to choose from here. And that's basically, there was somebody at the window. Not anymore. I don't even see a car here, so. Oh. Thank you. Let me see, where were we here? So we're gonna grab. Let's see. So you can actually really tell there's a big difference already. So this is gonna be interesting because this one's gonna be shorter at the bottom, and that's kind of where I'm saying it's very hard when you start building these custom piece or not. They're custom, but they're whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this one's got a little bit more belly to it, which isn't a big deal. A lot of that's actually weld from changing the angle so much. But what I'm mainly focused on is where I'm going to start sending the exhaust out. So I'll mock it up here again. And making sure that I've got enough room on the base in between the muffler, because you can get a little bit of harmonics going there. And things do move. So I think I like that right there. So let me give this a shot. And like I said, when I get to this stage, I don't double tack. I buzz one real quick. Try to make sure it's not where your finger's sitting. All right, so I'm liking that. Kind of see what's going on here. Like I said, there's really nothing special. As long as you just keep fitting and just make sure that you're not hurting yourself on getting down too deep. And trying to make smooth movement for it. What's up, Mr. Dan? How you doing, brother? Making a little elephant trunk muffler for the 500. We're gonna try at least. It's already changing. It's not too much different. The angles. That's one of the biggest things when you're doing this. That's why I cut so many pieces. The angles is where it kind of varies. You can kind of see how low this one goes because it's more forward, just a little bit more. So this one might have a little bit more back pressure. Hoping not too much because it didn't seem to care for that very much. But like I said, it's all fun. I enjoy doing this stuff. I was a big kid into Legos, and this is, as long as you keep it clean. I was the type of kid to get a Lego set and build whatever had a motor or an engine on it in the kit. And if there was a house or something like that, I basically used them parts to make whatever it was into a loader or a skidder or something like that. I was always that type of kid. So I'm used to kind of going outside the realm with this stuff, where a lot of people, well, I can't say that. Like my son, he's more of a he follows the instructions. I guess I've never really been one for directions in life. Being told what to do, I guess that, yeah, it all kind of goes together, I suppose. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a zap on real quick. I'll check this before. Like I said, it's a piece by piece process here. So I like that. I like that a lot. I broke it again. I've been having a problem with my my wire breaking inside the welding. I don't understand what's going on with that. I think I might have it a little bit too tight. Yep, did it again. Okay. So I'll kind of show you guys what we've got real quick before I start screwing with that. So you can kind of see the angles are close, but not. This one might actually be better. This one's got a couple different sweeps in it. You can kind of see that, right? Where this one might, I don't know. Well, be interesting to see. I'm very interested, very excited. Let me see. I just bought a new toolbox, so I've got a shed full of my tools from my dad's shop. That's why everything's kind of a mess. Besides it always seeming like as soon as I start cleaning, they get pulled away. Never the right one, right? Half inch. Always. 10mm, half inch. Even my 13s are going missing. So let me back up this spool just a little bit. See if that doesn't help me a bit. Oh, it didn't break this time. It just, So I've got too much wire speed going. That might be the ticket. Oh yeah, she's getting fragile. Might be junk wire. Hobart wire. Never had a problem with it before. Getting sick of having to do this. Happened to me 3-4 times when I was welding the boiler. But I did just put a brand new big spool on it. It's the first time I've run the big spool, so. Oh no. I see what happened. Didn't cut it clean. There. Just bear with me. I'm sorry. All a part of the fun. Nope. Got a plug in there. Dang it. Always the way. Now I think I got double feed. Son of a gun. That. Now, do I have wire in here? I do still. Oh, da, da, da. How do I get this out of here? Oh, I see it. Always the way, isn't it? Hope I didn't bung up the other end here. Should be like a brief intermission, guys. I am sorry. I don't think she's gonna feed. We got her. Thank you, Lord. We're back. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I don't know what's causing it. I think it's tension, either on the spool end or on the feed. But I just backed off the spool. Yeah, that's clean. I got too much wire hanging out here. Hold on. It's always something. Okay. I didn't really think about that. Here I am tacking with the stinking oil filter. Never mind. Whatever. Yeah, that's the whole name of the game, man. It's patience. I have a hard time. I get anxious. Luckily today, we've got a 100% chance of rain, and it's raining. So I'm not a duck. So I'm gonna just be content inside. Oh, dirty dog. Okay, so we still got to come up just a touch. I love the way my exhaust comes out of this one too. So I want to make sure that I do this, because the thing with the bark box that Buckin and all them guys really complained about was when they were running it, it was getting them in the face. I didn't have that so much. I just didn't like when it was idling. It seemed like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't give the bark box much of a chance. Uh, I ran it for a while and I didn't notice much. But like I said, I didn't give Dan's 15-minute idle time. I might have let it idle for 5 minutes or so, a couple times. But I don't know. A lot of people like them, and I liked it. I love the sound of it. It really it was nice, and I didn't kind of feel bad when I was running it around people's houses. This I do. My grandfather's got a cochlear implant and a hearing aid in the other ear, and he's a little ways away, and he says he can hear it clear as day when I'm running it next door. So that one's too much. Let me see here. I don't want to go too much, but I don't want to. I don't want it in my face. But I don't want to blow them back at the saw either. So, like I said, kind of doing a dance now. Doing a dance. No. No. One's going back up. That might be why we went back up with the initial. I know I don't want to get any more steeper because I don't want to be around that base. The whole idea of this is to keep the saw cooler, and I don't like that gap. So just bear with me a minute. Kind of like that. Let me see how this fits here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna ride that train for a minute. If we don't bust the welder again. Put the spark shield up here. Okay. So this is kind of where we're at now. Like I said, it's getting a little bit more bendy. It's not going to match. That's a given. This is a great piece, but we're not there. We're not there, and this might even be too steep. So I'm sorry. It's just you know what the goal is here. Actually, I'm going to give this a dip in the water. Boy, we are close. We are very close. All right, so what I want to do now, because we got a little bit more of a swoop, this will be right back at the saw. Okay. So what I want to do now is kind of bring it back out front. Right? So I don't want it getting into the bark too much, throwing back a whole bunch of crap. So this is it's tedious. Almost contemplating on taking this one back off now. Let's see how this one looks. This one looks better. That one looks better. Okay. No, not very good. Nice and warm. Seal the deal. Yeah, this is just me trying to duplicate is rough. And I have the piece here, so that tells you just how wonderful it can go. Okay, so what I want to do now, I was actually thinking about finishing it there, but I like the way this one turns out. So let me see this on here. Okay, and then we're going to do a turn down. So do I have a little turn down to it? Something like that, perhaps. Let me look here. Okay. Something like that. It's not too far apart, honestly. I think the angle on the main when I first came off the flange. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. This one's definitely a bit shorter. Just make sure my output is relatively the same here. I think it's sold on this one. What I want to do is give this a little shave. I think. So I'm looking for a nice cap. That one might work. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to weld this up and I'm going to cut this at the angle I want. That's what I do because I don't want to go outside the saw at all. I like that idea. All right. Starting to look like something. That's the plan, Buck. That's the plan. Like I said, this is where it gets a little bit crazy. Hopefully we don't start the fires. I've got some water, but hopefully I don't burn up that camera right now. But I'm gonna just give her some beans here. bars. Go. All right. I don't recommend dousing in water, but for the sake of the stream, you guys can see how freaking crappy it is in here. Flux core welding sucks. It's great for outdoors, and that's what I bought it for, was for working on the old 1970s Ford, the floor panels and whatnot, but it freaking reeks. It freaking reeks. And it splatters like mad. So keep that in mind. I don't see any fires. That's gonna take a minute, but I'll show you guys how flux core looks. I wish maybe there's a mute. If I can mute the stream for a minute, there is a mute. Okay, so I'm gonna mute the stream. I'm gonna let my air compressor spool up. That way you guys don't have to hear that. And I'll show you before and after I get done media blasting it. I got a media blaster now in the back room. So let me do that quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, so I know the air compressor's going, but I want to show you guys. This is flux core. It's where we got the splatter, and I rushed a couple spots. You can see where I welded over the top of other welds. No big deal, really. Um, like I said, anybody can really get a better outcome than this. This is on a live stream, so I'm going to do everything as fast as possible. But I'll let that get spooled up. But you guys have seen it now, what it looks like after flux core welding. All right, now we're gonna media blast it. So let me mute it again. We'll be right back. All right. So, I don't know what happened. My media blaster is full of mud. So, got to investigate that. Yeah. So, I might be back down to grinding. I really have no idea how the heck they got water in it. So, yeah, I've got bigger fish to fry now. Sorry it took so long for what we've got. I'd love to go out and run it, but until I can get this thing cleaned up and the orifice there on the inside all dressed, that'll be a different video. So I apologize. But nonetheless, you see how I did it, how I do it. It does not have to be by any means um, you know, it's pretty much just a quick little swoop. This one's got a lot less angle. You can kind of see this one dishes, where this one's more like a stocking. This is the route I'm going to say works great. This is yet to be determined, obviously. Um, Sorry it took so freaking long, but that's the way live goes. That's kind of the way I wanted to do it live. That way, you kind of see. Obviously, the Media Blaster is a bit of a surprise to me, but that's going to let me know where my imperfections are. I usually take a flashlight, go around everything. And the other thing is once you get it on the saw, you'll actually see some oil in some cases come through any holes that you did miss. So, yeah, stay tuned, I guess, guys. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't have a clue why that would get water. But I mean, it's, I can show you. So, this is what the, okay, very, very fine. And this is what came out of the bottom. So, not very happy about that, not gonna lie. I was actually excited to glass bead this, and you guys can kind of see the imperfections right here. The little pits and whatnot. That's from flux welding. That's going over the top of another weld with the flux not actually taken off like this. This is all flux in here. So what you'll want to do is either have a wire brush or a wire wheel if you're running it. And if you got to go over another weld, it'd be really nice to have a medium. Media blaster to show you, but like, you know, that's the downside of gasless versus gas. You know, all the splattering and all that other stuff. But usually the Media Blaster chews right through that. So we're gonna go investigate that for a little while, and then we'll get testing this at a later date when it's not raining. But you've seen it. There's nothing to them at all. It's just making various sizes and keep on test fitting. Like I said, make sure you blow it out before you test fit. You'd hate to have a just random piece of something go into your cylinder. That's all I'm saying. Keep it clean and have fun with it, because it's a good time. And like I said, I'm happy to do it. I hope hopefully next time when we come up with different ideas here, everything goes a little bit smoother for y'all. But thank you guys for watching. God bless y'all, and we will see you next time.